Greetings from Hopalong Hollow. This is Jerry. We are not going to have a very interesting video today, I'm afraid. It's been raining again. It's been absolutely watery out there. I'm going to show that to you here in a minute. And very, very cold again. So there's nothing much going on in the greenhouse that wasn't going on the last time, except that I did get a lot of things planted. But I've also been very busy creating this little fellow. This is Raymond radishes. And he was a special order from a woman who was rewarding herself for losing 50 pounds. Isn't that incredible? That's just 50 pounds. That's a great, great accomplishment. I'm so proud of her. So this is Raymond, made to her specifications. She also has another one of my rabbits, and that one is going to be this one's little mate or pal. Also, I'd like to know, have you ever planted this wonderful ornamental corn? I'm going to plant this year because I love the way I've seen it used, decorated in the autumn. And people just place it in wooden bowls or they make wreaths out of it. And they're just so wonderful, such wonderful late summer colors. So I'm going to try that. Also, this is the dahlia seed that I collected from my garden last year. It's full of chaff right now, so I've got to separate the chaff from the seed. That's actually a pretty easy thing to do. All you do is put it in your hand and blow on it, and you end up with seed. But I'll show you that in a minute. So pretty soon I'll be giving away a lot of this seed once again. I love the way this seed comes out. It's just it's so easy to separate. Just falls apart like that in your hand. And then you can see the tiny seed, the little black seed there, and all that chaff. But even the sound of this seed when you're separating it is really nice. So I will take this. It's really great to take a bowl like this. If it's a really windy day, just set it out on a fence post or something like that, and all that chaff will blow away, leaving the seed behind. That's how I did it last year. But you can just take it, like a handful of it, like this. Whoops. And it just falls apart. Can't believe I got all this seed last year from the dahlias. I hope that those of you that I sent seed to last year, I hope that you will be planting it this year, either in seed trays or directly into your garden, because those are just beautiful little, absolutely beautiful little dahlias. Okay, let's see. Let me show you. There you go. Let's take a step outside into my watery wonderland out here and see what's going on, if anything. I did 20 winter sowing boxes, and then I ran out of potting mix. I'm curious about some of these. Look, I forgot to put holes in the top of this one, so I better get out the drill. But I'm kind of strange about some of these. They don't seem to have any condensation in them. So I'm wondering if that tape seal isn't tight enough. So I better go around and check that. Because you really do want to see all this condensation inside. Water everywhere. It's been raining for about 3 days. After a really nice bit of 70-degree weather, we're back to the cold. But I'm always grateful for this water because I just imagine that it's watering all those little roots underneath the ground. The dogs have been digging for crawdads here on the shore. And Stella is climbing trees. Woohoo! Looks like a bunch of dead limbs fell last night off of this old dead walnut tree. But, okay, and the wind's been blowing things all around. This creek runs in front of our house and really not that far from the front porch. But when I first moved here, this creek was so shallow. It was about 2 feet wide and 1 foot deep. It just has eaten away over the years. It's just taken away the bank, gotten deeper and wider, and then more water pours in from the road and everywhere else. So you wonder, where does all this water come from? Well, we're in a hollow, so the water comes down from the hills in front of us and in back of us, and seems to come from everybody else's property as well. And it feeds into this creek. I'll tell you one thing though, I am so glad we cut that tree down. Remember the tree from last summer? We didn't want to cut it down, but it was such a danger. I am so relieved that it's gone. We could have had some serious damage next to the house. So, wow, this is going to be a pretty boring walk today, but there's not a whole lot to see except water and mud. Water and mud, water and mud. And a lot of little bulbs seem to be sprouting up here, there, and everywhere. Great. Spanish bluebells, daffodils, crocus, muscaries. Irises. These are just my favorite though. Spanish bluebells. Love those. They sprout up everywhere. They are very, very persistent. They come right up through the rocks. I just love poking around the garden in February to see what's what. It gives you a little bit of hope after the dreary, blustery weather. These tulips have been coming up for about 5 years now. And that's just because I planted them very, very deeply. The hellebores have been trying to bloom, but it seems like every time they start to bloom, we seem to get a freeze. And then they just turn rusty and brown like this. And I was hoping to have a really good showing on these this year. No, these are English daisies. I never knew much about English daisies, but they have been surviving all winter long, and they've even produced little flowers through the winter. So I love them. But this is a bed of daffodils, just field daffodils. When it rains, I feel like the whole house is surrounded by water. This is the dry creek on the north side of the house, and it also feeds into that creek in the front of the house. And where does it come from? I'll show you. This is such a trial to get this clean in the spring. It's just full of stuff. Oh, goodness. This is the daylily slope. They love water. That's a good thing. Here's another gully that runs into that creek, and this is coming up off the hills. And I just realized, oh, I have a hole in my rubber boot and now my sock is soaking wet. But anyway, the water from that dry creek and the water from here comes from another water source. Right, guys? That you love. You love this other water source because it's not full all year. It only fills up a couple times a year, and then it dries out really quickly. I hope this video isn't too boring. Hey, where did everybody go? I only see one duck. Okay, there they are. Hello, everybody. They love this. There they are. But the ducks and the geese just love this. They love this weather. They have such a jolly good time in here. Don't you, darlings? Well, every day I come out and I count all the ducks just to make sure they're all here. Should have 13 ducks. And if ever one is missing, I either think it's a female sitting on a nest or a predator somehow got in. And that would mean you're not doing your job, buddy. If that happened. Some of you have asked about Viola. Viola, look, there's our beautiful little Viola. I guess she's about 8 months old now. She's still puppyish though. She still doesn't know her job. Ah, what a great time to be a kitty cat, too. We love to climb these dead trees. We love it. Do we love to climb trees? Chickens like to hang out on this ivy-covered slope during the day. And up there on the hill is the barn. So we'll go up there and check it out. Oh, this is very nice. We've got 3 ducks in the barn today. Very unusual. They never come up in the barn. No matter what the weather, they generally stay outside. But this is a great place for you to lay an egg. You could have a nice little nest here in the corner somewhere. Okay, see you later. The Peabody boys are smart enough to come in here and roost during bad weather. And so far the chickens have not really made much use of it, except during the day they will come up here and they'll eat. And they might spend the entire day here if it's snowing or raining, but so strange, then in the evening, no matter what the weather is, they go back down and roost in the trees, except for this sweet little girl right here who is actually using a nesting box. This is Twyla. Hi, Twyla. And she's in here laying an egg for me almost every day. I'm so proud of you, Twyla. You're the only one out of all the hens who comes up here and lays eggs. Oh. I wish they'd get up here and lay eggs again. Eggs are so expensive. Oh. He does not like dry dog food. But he does like chicken food. He loves to eat poultry food. And he loves to eat cracked corn. So it stays pretty tidy up here because there's nobody up here messing it up. Well, that's too bad. This was meant to be the nice little chicken sanctuary, but they don't seem to be enjoying it that much. It's totally bitter cold out here and windy. My fingers are just about to fall off, and my sock is wet. I think it's time to go down and make some cream of tomato bisque soup. Looking forward to spring. Looks pretty good. All right, we're going to try this soup. And today's tea is Fortnum & Mason Ceylon Orange Pekoe. I'm on the search for a really great tomato bisque basil soup because I've been purchasing a Campbell's tomato bisque soup in a little bucket, what do you call it? A little tub lately. And it's pretty expensive, but it's so delicious. But I've been trying to find a recipe that is just as good as that soup. So this is my first attempt. So this soup, I just found this recipe online, and I will put the ingredients below for you, and we'll find out if it's good. Because I don't know yet. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's very, very hot. You know what? Okay. One more taste. That Campbell soup has a particular taste to it that it's just, I don't know, there's something really good about it. And that's what I'm trying to get to. But I'm not sure I've achieved it with this recipe. Well, it's really good. It's really good, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I think I would try a little more basil. And maybe I would use, instead of half and half, I think I would use real heavy cream to get that taste. But I'm going to keep on trying different recipes until I come up with a really, really good one. In the meantime, do you have a recipe for tomato basil soup that's really good that you love? If so, let us know. I want to show you something while that cools off. I wanted to show you these cute pull toys that I have. Because spring is on the way and I'm just getting into that kind of a mood, and I thought I could also duplicate these in the spun cotton, only making them really small. But this wonderful cow is probably, I think, paper mache and the stick legs, like you see with the old Putz sheep, and pulling this wagon, this little cart. Now, I'm pretty sure these did go together. Not so sure, though, about the funny little hen and the nesting straw and the paper fold-out egg. I don't think this was the original intent here, but the way it was presented to me when I bought it is just like this, and I think it's so cute. I think it's so funny. This hen is just nearly as big as the cow or the oxen, and I believe this is paper mache, and it was probably an Easter candy container because it does have a hole in the bottom, and it's really quite heavy, but it fits right in here in this little tray, and it kind of puts a little too much weight on that. But I just think this is a very cute combination. And then this wonderful old, I don't know what this one is made of. It seems like it's actually made of clay. It looks like something somebody carved, and at first I thought it might be resin, but it's not. It's not resin. It's a very, very attractive cow, and I thought she would make she's a beautiful little clover cow, and I thought she would make a beautiful model to make the spun cotton. So I'll be doing that maybe next week. So I just wanted to show you those extremely darling old pull toys. Oh, and another thing. James accidentally bought these plantains thinking they were really big bananas, but obviously they're not. In fact, they're not even in the same category as bananas, although Chiquita should have known better, putting that little blue tag on there, because they certainly look like bananas. But plantains don't even get ripe until they turn black, and then you're supposed to cook them. And I haven't the slightest idea what to do with these. Have any of you cooked with plantains? If so, give us a recipe. Otherwise, I'll find one online. Okay, well, it's time to enjoy this soup. It is pretty good, honestly. It's very good indeed. But I will try another recipe until I get closer to that taste of the Campbell's. The tea's good. It's just a standard Ceylon tea, so it's pretty much the same as drinking Lipton's tea. And we will see you next time in Hopalong Hollow. This is Jerry. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.